Now, the next thing I wanted to share, on my 160 meter inverted L, I run my coaxes all come out of the shack, and I go underground out to a remote switch. And one of those positions, the remote switch, goes over to the inverted L. And so I ran the coax out of the switch over to the bottom of the inverted L. And what I discovered is, when I first put it up, is that my bandwidth is really tight. And with that being so tight, I decided, okay, there's got to be something else to do here. And I started looking in this book, which I highly recommend. If you don't have it, this is one you want to have. It's called The Low Band DXing by ON4UN. And it gives you a whole bunch of ideas of how to deal with it. And the thing that caught my attention with the inverted Ls, particularly, again, was the fact that they had a section in here that you could see, and it talks about what's happening to the impedance and how you would match it up. Typically, you would put a series capacitor in at the base of the inverted L, and that's what I ended up having to do down the road. And I added about, I think it's about 150, 200 microfarad capacitor. That's to seem pretty good. Well, then I ran across some old stuff that I can't remember where the manual was on that talked about taking a little different approach. And so what I did is I built years ago a tuner. It's called the Ultimate Tuner. It was in the ARRL handbooks. And I took that and I put that in line. So when I came out of the remote switch, I went to the tuner, and then there's about a 20-foot piece of coax that goes through conduit up to the base of the inverted L. And I put the tuner in, and then I took my analyzer out and tuned the tuner so that my SWR would be way down. And then I plugged it in. You got to try something. And I came back and I found out I got a lot, my bandwidth went out so I could start working different areas, because I was down to, I was sitting down there about 20 kilohertz down at the very bottom of 160. And so when I put the tuner in there and tweaked it a little bit, I was actually able to get up to where the FT8 is and up into 18 or 1850. But the other day with the net at 1940, which was way outside my scope, I still loaded up and talked to you guys. So that's what I have. This is my share. That's what you want.